Now calm down.
We're gonna separate the two short timers. All right, we'll get started with the meeting.
First order of business, Mr. President, I'd like to approve the minutes from last month's board meetings.
Got a motion? Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay.
Nobody. We have two.
Wrote a lot down here, but the message is pretty short. We need members' participation in voting on our club. This is a time of year where we have nominated two new board candidates to replace Mike and Dakota leaving. And we need your help in voting in new candidates and supporting our bylaw changes. Just as a point of fact, last year we had over 70% of our members vote, which gave us a good feeling about us representing their interest. We need that participation now. And we need to know what the members are thinking so we can be acting on your direction. So electronic voting ballots went out September 8th. We've had pretty low returns so far. So we're going to crank up some of the communications. Hard ballot, copy ballots went out this week. And they'll also be available in the Manor House lobby. And then we will be announcing the results of the vote on October 8th. I know it's just starting, but anybody listening or participating, please ask the question of other members. If you voted, if I can get you a ballot, I can fill it out for you, whatever it takes. Let's see if we can't get participation and get it out and beat that 70%. Really want to congratulate the all those that participate in this year's club tournaments and particularly the winners. It's been an excellent year for golfing. But a lot of that comes around from members and staff committed to time on the committees, volunteering on the tournaments and maintaining the excellent golfing facilities. Without a doubt, no exception, it's been a great year for golfing.
And so key decisions and votes taken by the board since our last meeting. We approved two new memberships, social professional waitlist membership and another social membership. I will add that today we also approved another junior membership that'll come on board for next month. We also approved the authorization for expenditure for the pool deck area new railing. That's going to be about $20,000. That's it for me.
To be installed this fall.
To be installed this fall, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Lori speaking here, and we have 3 people now online, so. Talk about August financials and a little bit with the update forecast. Everybody knows that that's what we do after July. We're on trend as everything's kind of just moving along. We have our departments that are doing really good and we have our departments a little bit under budget. We're at 96K ahead of budget for the year. And our forecast would be 110 instead of the 82, I think I talked about in the July forecast. So we'll keep reporting back to that 82 number to see how we do. I know we had strong weddings in August because we had more than what was budgeted, but we have coming up in September less than budgeted. So we'll see how those numbers shake out, but we have really good events. Monday internal events, great weather for everyone to keep participating in. So the pro shop and the course and the other departments are doing as they have been. We do have also 2 additional fall weddings that got booked October and a November one. So those things helped us get to budget or over budget in the month of November. We definitely don't plan for a wedding then. So hopefully that one goes off really well. And our capital revenue is getting closer to the budget. It's a little behind 567 at 602. That's just less I-fees coming in, but operational does not hurt us since we don't send them over to capital. And that's about what I have. Jan, do you have anything?
Nope, you got it all.
Okay. Very good.
I move to accept the financials as presented.
Got a motion, have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? So good.
Thank you.
All right. So a new face on the golf operations team. So Eric Nielsen, he joined the staff a few weeks back. You may have seen him out with the golf carts or picking balls out of the lake. Eric, let's see. A fun fact about Eric is his first career was in IT, and he's a passionate golfer. So wasn't really enjoying what he did in the IT industry and was thinking about maybe transitioning to the golf industry, so just dipping his toes in the water there. His hometown's Pueblo, Colorado, currently lives in Colorado Springs. And hobbies or how he spends time when not working, it's woodworking, but also loves to play. So you'll see him out there on the golf course. He's been enjoying Perry Park and learning about golf and where to go. He was part of Jason's team for a couple weeks there as well, and has decided to spend a little more time on the service side of the business. All right.
Right, I got a couple new faces too back in the kitchen. Logan, hometown is Denver, Colorado, and he is a dishwasher. Could not get a picture from him for the life of me. And I don't know why he's always, or the kids are always on their phones, and gave him my email, and so never got one. Yeah, right. Yeah. A fact that is unique to Logan is he likes to play lacrosse, so he plays lacrosse for high school, and that's what his hobby is, except playing video games like any teenage kid nowadays. So obviously his hobbies is video games.
Does he live locally to be a dishwasher?
Yeah, he lives in the park. He's just born or
Okay.
brought up in Denver. Preston, he is a dishwasher. His hometown is Lordsburg. And his sister actually works in the kitchen. We highlighted her last time. He is a varsity in track athletics. And obviously from the picture, you can tell he plays football too. I'm pretty sure he's a 10th grader and he plays varsity football. So you can tell he hits the gym a lot. He's a really good kid, very polite. I have a lot to say about him. Maybe down the road, he'll be a cook. So, his hobbies are working out and, hanging out with friends and playing sports. So, if you ever want to say hello, he's usually back there in the dish. Actually, right now, he put in a leave of absence to play football and do all the good things until about November. So he'll be back to work. And then Gerald. Oh,
Goodness.
I didn't look at that picture
He's
closely.
intense.
Wow, all right, that's Gerald. He is a cook back there, he's a morning cook. What is that, Eagleton?
Egan.
Egan, Minnesota, you been there?
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
Big hockey town.
Really? Awesome. I learned this the hard way. He does not like country music.
And that's when you took the picture.
Yeah, that was right after I told him that I like it. And he looked back at me like that and said, I don't. He also likes video games and he likes to garden, so. Yeah, that's my highlights.
All right.
Okay.
All right,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
That's scary Gerald now. So, some updates here for the GTH committee as well as the golf operation. Highlighting a few recent champions. Since our last meeting, both Rhino and Amanda defended their club championships, so 3 peats in both of their cases. Becoming the dynasty at this point. And then we, just over the weekend, Brian and his son Grant Arthurs won the classic. They became the overall champions in kind of a thrilling fashion, so that was fun to see for them.
Was that through the shootout?
That was through the shootout, so for those that
Great, yeah.
don't know the classic format, there's 10 flights, if you win your flight, you're in the shootout, and then the winner of the shootout's the overall winner, so, yeah.
Ryan made a hell of a.
He sure did, sure did. The next bullet point here, we received our update from the USGA regarding the course rating. And that came last week. Overall, kind of met our expectations in that not a lot of change. So those won't go into effect until 2025. So no changes for any of your postings through this season. In March of 2025, the updated ratings will be in effect. We'll share that table with everybody after the posting season. But again, just not a lot of change, not met our expectations. In fact, for most of the tees, it's slightly easier in the rating than it used to be. And that's because we don't have the double water crossing that we experienced on the 18th hole in the past. We'll communicate those tables as mentioned after posting season. So another thing, posting percentage review, this has become a highlight for the GTH committee and a focal point. Again, reminding you that fair competition in a net game really does require that you're posting all of your scores and tracking an accurate handicap. We did want to highlight that 25 additional members were in compliance with our 75% rule from July to August. So a positive there, we appreciate that. And we'll continue to be pretty diligent on our sides, but ask that when we get into fall golf, we're not done posting until the USGA says we are. So continue to post those scores and keep in mind that maybe your tournament season is done for this year, but that posting percentage will carry into next year as well. So just stay diligent there with your postings.
If I might add just one comment there, we'd encourage everybody to post everything they have because it gives us additional data points for handicap research.
Yeah, so
Really helps us.
Ken's requesting posting hole by hole there, and that's very helpful. You have the option not to, but if you have the time or the memory, post hole by hole. And a couple of notes as we lead into fall. So doesn't really feel like fall quite yet, but it's coming. And one of the main note there is frost delays are coming as well. Those could start really any time now. More common in October, but a little reminder to the frost delay process. So if we have frost that morning, and that doesn't necessarily mean that it's below freezing, it can frost anywhere in the 30s. But if there's frost, Jason and the agronomy team will evaluate that, let us know. We'll make sure that we don't lift that frost delay within an hour of letting you know what time that frost delay is gonna lift. So if you live in Castle Rock, you don't need to worry that we're gonna lift the frost delay in 20 minutes. We'll always give you at least an hour notice and then come down and commute to the club. So keep an eye out on those emails in the morning now, especially if it's a chilly morning. Check your email for that frost delay update. Just stay in the loop there. And then a reminder, the grass range will close September 30th. So that shuts down for October to allow it some time to heal before the grass goes dormant. So September 30th is a Sunday. That'll be the last day of the grass range. And then once we do get into those frost delays, most of you know that tee sheet gets really compact. So as we make those tee sheet adjustments, it gets dark earlier, tee sheet starts later, especially with a frost delay, those tee times are really valuable. So if we make a move on your tee time and you're not going to be able to make it, please cancel it. Just be respectful of your fellow members, give them a chance to jump in on what might be a valuable tee time. Those long frost delays, that's not uncommon. There's members that fall all the way off the tee sheet and don't get to play that day. So that's it for me. Any questions? Oh, one more. It's not it for me. We have the utilization report. This chart has looked pretty similar to this throughout the busy golf season. I would say a little bit of an anomaly there with Tuesday at 100%. That's reflective of seniors and senior exchange games on Tuesdays. So that eats up that first couple hours of the tee sheet. But as we've seen throughout the season, Friday, Saturday, Sunday mornings are busy. But good busy. I would say they're not, if we had capacity issues, that would be a problem. We have a little bit of wiggle room. Saturday at 98% was pretty darn busy, but yeah. Overall, meeting our expectations on that.
Okay.
Okay, okay, Ted?
I think you had a question on the, score percentage.
Yes.
for, Posting the tee times, is that? Do you get any comments about not being able to see it or find it, or everybody kind of knows where to look up their own and how to make corrections to it, or?
For like their peer review? Yes,
Or do they post it that they can see it
Generally,
online or something?
it seems that most of our, especially our tournament participants, are pretty familiar with how to run their peer review within Forties. They can't make adjustments though, so if they print their peer review or get with us, we can help them make those adjustments. But once the score is posted incorrectly, you can't adjust that unless we do it for you. But also, if there was a no post that day or a 9-hole, once the tee sheet's closed, they're not able to make those changes. So really at that point, if you see an issue, then it's communicating to the
So
golf.
you'll just talk to the pro shop.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
All right, Jason is not here. I'm gonna step in for him. Apologize if your necks feel a little extra strained. You gotta look up a little higher this week. So just during these slides. Yeah, please. So, if you're unaware, if you haven't seen it, please fill out the grounds survey pertaining right to G&G and what they talk about every single week. So, it's quick. Gives us great feedback. Obviously, we're looking at some priorities for some great improvements to the golf course in maybe the next 3 to 10 years. So with that data, we really want to make sure we're doing what the membership wants. So I know that wasn't in the slide. That's just a little bit of information. So it's gonna be open for 1 more week through Sunday this week. And then we'll be able to send out some feedback on that. But we have 81 survey responses so far. So great feedback so far. So thank you. Verification process went very well from what I can tell. I had a chance to play late last week and it's very well healed up. And you might see a little top dressing here and there just to kind of smooth out any of those little imperfections before we hit little cold temperatures like Keith was mentioning with frost. But I think overall, I think it was a great time to do it. The earlier you do it, obviously the faster healing time you get. And coming from Minnesota, whenever we aerify, you're not seeing those holes go away until April of the next year. So it's a great time for us to be able to get that done.
That's why we don't live in Minnesota.
That's why. It's just common sense, isn't it? Solid time to fairways, high traffic areas and select roughs in October. And then like Keith also mentioned, frost delays. Keep an eye on your email. Forties will give us that update with Keith's help. So let everybody know if you're not going to be playing, it'd be great. We've got a new staff member coming, a new co-first assistant, Kelly. Is coming from Kansas City, I believe, so.
Dodge City, I think.
Dodge City.
Yeah, Garden City,
Oh,
Western Kansas,
Oh, geez. Okay.
way in the,
We won't hold it against
southern,
them.
yeah.
Do we have any more information? Was he a
He
superintendent?
He was a superintendent at a club there. His fiance, girlfriend, wife, one of the three.
Or all three.
Yeah, or all three. Yeah, so she's been here, I believe, for a little while, so he's finally making the transition over to be closer to her. Gonna be a great fit. Should be.
Wildcat or Jay?
That was Lori's first question.
Yeah. He's on my side.
Kelly, a man or a woman?
He's a man.
Okay.
Yes. So wife is already here, I think. But yeah, it's just gonna be, I think, a great addition to the team. Talking a little bit about the H2Bs and what he's got going on for staffing levels as well. I think me looking at it as a general manager, he's been short-staffed for a few years now, trying to get caught up. If we can get these H2Bs to come in, I think you'd see him being able to allocate his time appropriately and being able to see someone that's more vested in the club. When you lock in this as opposed to the TNs, you're gonna see a lot more dedication, more experience, and just a better product that they're gonna bring to the team. So we're excited for that if we can get that off the ground, but it's literally a roll the dice. You
Has
don't
the
know.
policy changed for the H2B that allows us to do it now when we weren't doing it?
I don't believe so. I think he can put in a request now. If we do get selected, I think we'll find out more.
Is that the program Justin used to use?
What's that? Yes, yes.
So we're gonna go back to that program.
Mhm. Yeah, hopefully we'll see some good traction. with that. It is, yeah. You're paying money in and not to know if you're gonna get them or not, so we just wanna put our best foot forward. Preparing for the spillway repair project, mid-October. We've seen the numbers on that come in, so, we're gonna be just seeing that lake level drop, to get to that point, to be able to work on it. I've went and walked it a couple times with Jason and he doesn't feel any issues. What might crop up, but until we pull that concrete away to know what's gonna happen, then we'll really find out, but he's got no, qualms about that at this point. Pricing in hand and new irrigation main pump station and booster station upgrades. We have met with the company, got some bids so far, so there's a couple different options we can go, either refurbish or new. And so we're gonna kind of weigh those options and see what that can look like, but if we do go new, if we do go full meal deal, it's definitely gonna go to that full club vote. And make sure the course and our number one asset is taken care of, so. Hole 15 and 16 T monument signs have been installed. As slowly but surely, we're implementing these out there. Holes 13 and 14 will be next. They are in process right now, so hopefully we see those before the end of the month and get those back out there. But we do have 10 installed, so we will have 2 more by end of the month, hopefully, so we'll have 12. And hopefully gonna get it done by the end of the year, but we're at the mercy of the contractor, so once he gets those made, we'll be able to put them on as soon as we get them. And also developing an AFE for the cart path behind 15 and going up 16, which within that survey, I kind of mentioned it to the board earlier, that is the number one priority for what people have responded with so far. So we know what the club wants, so we're gonna try to make it happen.
You mean on the survey that went out, that's your number one response?
15, 16 is everybody's number one priority at this point, so. But we'll see what happens between now and the end of the week, so. If you haven't voted or you're not, haven't voted, also get that in, but if you haven't done the survey either, please fill that out. Voice your opinion, so. Any questions?
What's the status on the drainage project through 9?
Through 9 and 10? The contract is ready to go. We're gonna hit that up in November. So we'll be able to carve that out with all the equipment. He's kept that here, so big benefit for Jason to be able to use that when he needs to. That mini X and some of the other equipment that's gonna be used for that project as well, so. Thanks to Kevin for leaving that here, so.
We do want to get through posting season, because that'll play as a part 3. Yeah. Drainage.
Yes. Good point. Nothing online? Thank you.
Everybody, Lana here with membership. Just got some quick updates for you. Still trending higher for our full golf membership category, so the cap at the end of August was 317. So in August, we did have some new members, 1 social membership and then 1 on the professional wait list, and a social membership is required while they wait. And currently we have 4 families on the wait list. As far as initiation fee updates, listed right here, and then we've got 5, possibly 6 members on our conversion list.
What does that mean?
So, previous to 2017, right, so there's a payout.
The 10.
Yeah. We're trying to change the language because as according to our bylaws, it's the conversion, so same thing as 10, yeah.
Thank you.
So for in August, total of 549 memberships. And then there's a breakdown of the percentage here, as far as tenure, average age and percentage of memberships. So this is acquisition data. So the majority of our new members this year have come to us from other members referring them. It's a very good sign of a healthy club. Members love our club and they're encouraging their friends and family to join. And then move to area is the number 2 reason. And then friends and online search right after that. So total golf memberships year to date, new ones 13 and total social 13. As far as retention data resignations, we've had 18 golf resignations this year and 24 social resignations. And the reasons are moving and did not use, looks like the primary reasons, so. This is a new slide we've added, by popular demand. This is a question that I get a lot from board members and also prospective members. Where do our members live? So, in this map, it kind of breaks it down. We've got 319, this is all golf and social members that live in Larkspur. So that's Perry Park and also, out to 80118 area code. The next area is gonna be Castle Rock, 102 memberships in that area. And then they go across to the Springs, Highlands Ranch, Sedalia, Monument, Denver, and out from there, so. We're gonna maintain this, probably not a lot of change going forward in this slide specifically, but it's kind of nice to see it kind of in a broad spectrum where our members live.
Nice.
Yeah, so. All right, so I'd like to welcome 2 new families, social family and 2 social families. Scotty and Nicole live almost an hour away, but he was an invitational guest a few years and he loves the club and he wants to integrate it into his life for his kiddos. And then Roy and Mary Jo lived, they moved into the area and they're excited to integrate and be a part of the social aspects of the club. So we did add one more, if we're able to show that. We did add a page to our public side of the website. It's called Guests of Perry Park Country Club Expectations. So I think this was brought on by the GTNH committee. It's a URL or it's a website on our public facing where you can send it to the guests that you bring out on the golf course or maybe to the club. And it talks about what to expect when you arrive. So for instance, there is an ATM on premises. Please ask for the Wi-Fi. Signal's not great on the in the manor house, but it is better on the course. Pace of play rules right there at the top. Dress code, golf course requirements, going down to manor house, our tipping rule, alcohol use, food and beverage, drugs, marijuana, smoking, just all of our policies. So it's a great way to kind of maybe just forward it to your guests that you invite out here. And we're working on adding it to our 14 signature as well. So a shortened version will be on your confirmation tea time email. You can forward on to your guests for that day, as well as this link. So that was brought up by Bob and the GTH committee and Keith. So we kind of brought it all together for that. So any questions on the membership side of it? Great, thank you.
Good additions.
Yes.
All right, Chef up here again. Shamrock Food Show is coming up next Wednesday. Very large culinary event, not just the state of Colorado, but there's a lot of people coming from Wyoming, Idaho, Montana, South and North Dakota to this one spot. Just to kind of insight on it, new ideas coming out, savings, solutions. There'll be industry experts, premier chefs from all over the country there. Restaurant owners, operation, individuals, able to sample hundreds of foods, items, with new applications, presentations, menu ideas, new trends and diets. So I'm actually gonna bring, Paul with me too. So Paul will be tracking up there and, spend half the day up there and just see what kind of new ideas we can get going.
Where is it?
It is in downtown Denver at the Convention Center? Convention Center, yep. So, some progress, that brings me to next area here, progress on the new menu. I'm gonna wait to do all the final drafts until after that, just in case there's something there that just kind of pops up that we want to add on the new menu. But you know, little sneak peek to the new menu. You all had the street tacos over at Max's, so I want to put those on the appetizer menu. And then brisket bail buns and fried wontons with the fig dipping sauce and green goddess salad. So some new items. Yeah, something different that we haven't served here, but yeah, we'll have some new ideas coming from the expo, and I'm looking forward to doing it. So, any questions? All ready.
Great. Chef, Kevin reported for front of the house. We have a couple new items serving in our outlets. We have Crane Wing, which is a Cabernet from Columbia Valley. It's a real nice wine from Washington. It has hints of plum. There's some characteristics of fig in there as well. It has a nice little finish with anise, so it's got a little spice to it as well. So that is in the club. We're serving it for the next couple weeks, depending on how well it does. But it's $9.50 a glass, so it's very reasonable for a very, very nice wine. We also have Itsy Bits Hazy Pale Ale from Wildworks. This is a award-winning beer. It won silver in the Great American Beer Fest, which is hosted here in Denver. So out of hundreds of different beers in that category, it won the silver medal. So Wildworks out of Greeley has a really nice portfolio. They offer a lot of sour beers, but a very extensive taste profile. They have everything from a key lime pie to a blueberry pie as well, beer. So they have so many different flavors, and they're very true to their taste. It's a great brewery, working with Adam Crawford. You might know his parents, Valerie and David. So they're club members. He works for Wildworks, so a little support from him bringing in a new beer for the club. Member dining experience, reservation reminder. We have been broadcasting the necessary need for reservations. We've seen a little bit of an uptick in people making reservations, especially the last couple of weeks from our fair reviews and advertising, making sure we communicate that. So it's been better, but we definitely need more people to contribute to that, to ensure that the success of the club is being had with reservations. It's very critical to our team that we're prepared for everyone coming in through our doors. Dining experience feedback. Currently, year to date, our overall score is 4.7. So the staff is doing really well, and that correlates with the culinary staff as well. So 4.7 is a really good score, but we do need members to continue to give us feedback in all aspects, because there's always room for improvement. Upcoming events, and we have a couple flyers with those. Our casino nights, very low on reservations right now. So if you'd like to attend, please let me know. We really need to kind of sell out on that. So if you have friends, maybe make it a group event so you guys can come enjoy fun activities that we have planned for you.
I'd like to say something about the casino night.
Yes,
It's a great price, $58, I think it is, per person.
yes,
Dinner and all kinds of entertainment. You get some fun money to play with.
yes.
And, you know, we tried to do this after the Women's Invitational, but just too much was going on then, so we planned it for the fall. And we just think this will be such a fun event that, you know, if you could buy a table, that would be absolutely great. It's a whole evening of entertainment, and I really hope that we can sell that out, because
Yes.
we've committed to having it, and you need people here.
Yes, so we invested with a professional company to come out with dealers, and the equipment. The tables, everything is all included, so definitely need people to attend, so. To see as many people there as possible.
You say residencies are low right now?
Yes, very low.
5.
Yes, but we still have a month, at least a month out,
Not even a
so,
poker table, man.
when that time period comes, we'll continue to advertise and try and promote that and have as many people as possible. Another event, Cigar Social and Trade, this is at Hammy's Fire Pit. So we're gonna do some flights, bourbon and scotch. We'll have cigars for sale, and we do have a few people signed up for this already. But this will be a fun outing in a new area that really hasn't seen a whole lot of traction just because of the weather and the final step of the construction in that phase, so.
Will the stairs be finished by then? Will be good.
Kevin's gonna do
Kevin's got it.
We'll get it down there. We'll get people down there for sure.
Are you gonna sell cigars at that also?
Yes. Yeah, we'll have our cigars there. And we have one more event on the next page. Our duck corn, wine dinner. So this is a very high profile, offering, paired with Justin's Cuisine. So we actually have a few people signed up for this already. But really nice wines, Pinot Noir, Merlot, Cabernet, all very intricate, cuisine from Justin as well. So, love to see you attend, these awesome events. Questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Just looking at the calendar, the GCal, the 25th is not on there. On the October 25th, it's not on the electronic calendar.
Which was the
Oh, casino.
25th.
The casino night.
Casino day.
It's October 25th.
It's not on the calendar. When I subscribe to the PPCC.
Yeah, great. Good.
So, I don't know who puts that on there, just,
We'll be tomorrow.
I don't know who puts it on there, I just was scrolling down, I don't see that here.
Okay, well, I'll double check on that, but, thank you for pointing that out. Any other questions?
Any other comments? Well, vote often.
I'll be glad to harvest your ballots.
All right, here, motion to adjourn.
Just trying to double check to make sure.
I don't think that's our this meeting. Can I get a vote
Yeah,
from the short timers?
See, that one.
Your last official act? Yeah. All in favor? Will be it. I asked him.